Oakland Cemetery in Atlanta is one of Georgia's most treasured historic sites. And tonight, we go inside the gates of Oakland to find out who's buried beneath and why it brings in so many tourists.
Our Atlanta Bureau Chief Archit Seshadri brings you this special report.
It's the final resting place for many Georgians, including author Margaret Mitchell and Mayor Ivan Allen. Inside Oakland Cemetery, you may come across the graveyard sites of famous mayors, governors, and athletes.
Oakland has 6 governors, 27 mayors, some of the most notable residents, people that have come to visit Maynard Jackson, the city's first black mayor, Bobby Jones, the famous golfer. One of our most recent interments was the musician Kenny Rogers.
So we're standing here at Maynard Jackson Jr.'s gravesite. He was the first African-American mayor of the city of Atlanta and also a large city of the South. He played a major part in making sure that the Olympics came here to create more economic empowerment for the city of Atlanta and also create more jobs.
One popular spot is where golfer Bobby Jones is laid to rest.
This is one of the most famous ones, and especially that time around the Masters, people will often stop here on the way to the tournament. We actually had a bus of tourists who were heading down this year, who all stopped off and left balls. It's the legend goes that if you leave a ball here, it'll take a few strokes off your game. People leave golf balls, tees, pennies. I saw a cookie from Augusta National last week. So people leave all kinds of mementos to mark their visit here.
Another area called Potter's Field has more than 7,000 people buried with stones because they were too poor.
They could not afford a space in the cemetery, but everybody needed a place to be buried. And so this monument sort of is a monument to everybody who's buried here.
Oakland Cemetery sits just blocks from the Georgia state capitol here in downtown Atlanta. At 48 acres with more than 70,000 residents, there's still more room and land for people to be buried here. They just have to buy a plot. And it's not just the graveyard sites and the tours that brings people here to Oakland Cemetery. There's also weddings, festivals, and other events, as well as cultural celebrations that are taking place here at Oakland Cemetery, including Juneteenth, as well as Halloween festivities.
In 1850, the city of Atlanta needed a cemetery for the city, and they purchased 6 acres right here on Memorial Drive, which was Old Fair Street at the time. So we're about a mile east of the Capitol building, right here in the heart of Southeast Atlanta. A little bit down the road is Grant Park, and it was called City Cemetery until the 1870s when City Council changed the name to Oakland for all of the beautiful oaks and the tree canopy that we have here in the cemetery.
Oakland Cemetery brings in more than 150,000 visitors every year to discover the untold stories of Georgia's history.
But I think everybody who comes here falls in love with the stories of this city that are told through the cemetery and the people residing here. We like to say that this is where Atlanta's history lives.
Reporting in Atlanta, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.